If you think the 1,320 dinar rate was a mistake, manipulation, or a sign of failure, stop right now, because what the Central Bank of Iraq has just confirmed changes everything. And before we break this down, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone following Iraqi dinar news so they understand what is really happening instead of chasing rumors. Because the truth behind the 1,320 exchange rate is far more strategic than most people realize. And for years, investors, traders, and observers questioned why the official rate stayed fixed while the market rate fluctuated, assuming loss of control or hidden pressure. But the Central Bank of Iraq has now openly confirmed that this was never in dispute. A loss of control at all, it was a deliberate and calculated policy choice designed to protect the Iraqi economy from inflation shocks, salary erosion, import instability, and public panic. And instead of adjusting the official rate upward, which would have immediately raised prices on food, fuel, medicine, and essential imports, the CBI chose to absorb the financial cost itself by supplying dollars at higher operational expenses through regulated channels, effectively acting as a buffer between global dollar pressure and domestic purchasing power. And this matters because changing the official rate is not just a number on paper. It directly affects government payrolls, contract pricing, public confidence, and long-term monetary credibility. And by maintaining the 1,320 rate, the CBI ensured that salaries remained predictable. Importers could plan costs, and the dinar retained its psychological stability among citizens, while at the same time tightening compliance, reducing unregulated dollar leakage, and enforcing international banking standards to gradually shrink the gap between official and market rates without triggering a shock. And this strategy also disproves the long-running narrative that the dinar was being secretly devalued, because in reality a devaluation would have been the easiest option. It's not the hardest. Yet the central bank intentionally chose the harder path by taking the loss internally rather than passing it to the public, which is a classic stabilization move used by central banks that prioritize social and economic protection over short-term balance sheet optics. And what makes this confirmation so significant is the transparency itself. Because when a central bank explains its actions openly, it signals confidence, control, and forward planning, not weakness. And this explanation confirms that the dollar market was monitored daily, interventions were timed carefully, and policy tools were deployed to calm demand rather than suppress it artificially. And this also aligns with Iraq's broader financial reform goals, including banking modernization, digital payment expansion, reduced cash dependency, compliance with international financial frameworks, all of which require currency stability before any long-term valuation changes can occur. And for dinar followers, this means the focus should shift away from panic-driven speculation toward understanding policy sequencing, because stability always comes before reform. And reform always comes before value changes. And the fact that the CBI protected the dinar during one of the most challenging global dollar cycles shows institutional maturity rather than fragility. And this is why serious observers are paying attention not to rumors, but to official language, policy consistency, and macroeconomic signals. And if you want to stay ahead of misinformation, emotional hype, and false promises, then stay connected here, because we break down facts, not fantasies. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, comment your thoughts below, and share this video so others can finally understand the real strategy behind the 1,320 dinar rate instead of being misled by noise.